What's going on, family? This is your backyard gardener. I am in the backyard today. I am going to take you on a walk, show you a few things that's going on, my trees that are blooming and bearing fruit, the trees that are not bearing fruit, give you an update and progress of what's going on in the vegetable garden, and show you what I'm growing over there. So I'm going to flip this camera around, and I'm going to do a little walk and explain some things. Let's go. All right, family, so I'm over in the orchard part of the garden. First of all, the bees are doing very well after I did the varroa mite treatment on them with the acid strips. I got to keep them on for 7 days. Every day it kind of depletes more and more. I did have a varroa mite problem. I checked the back of my tray and my bottom board, and they were mites that were dead back there. They seem to be a whole lot more happier now that I did the treatment. They're coming out bringing in pollen. They got the little Cheeto legs on the back of them with the yellow pollen. So they are doing really, really well. They seem to kind of getting used to me now because they're not as aggressive as they were when I first got them. They're a little bit more calmer because they used to chase me out of here, especially just one bee. He used to always, or she would always chase me out of here. But now they seem to act pretty good. And they're doing very well. I'm standing like right up on them right now. And I'm not protected with my suit. So they're doing really, really good. I'm really happy about that. I'm going to do another treatment, but in August, right before winter. And that will be the one strip that I'm going to do for them. So let's see what's going on in the garden. Over in the orchard, this year I just added this blackberry bush. This is the black satin. It's doing really well. This is a fast growing bush. If you go back to my first video, it will show you how small this was. And it's starting to trellis up this trellis here. I'm still waiting for some action on this. It's still not dead, but it haven't woken up. I'm not going to give up on it. We have been having cool weather here, so I'm not getting the heat temperatures that I want to make those buds swell. Over here is my persimmon. When I first got this persimmon tree a couple of years ago, I had it was bearing fruit, but it was dropping fruit because it was so young. So now it's gotten a little bigger. It's trying to give me a little fruit, but I'm not expecting much this year. But next year I am expecting more, because that's normally how my trees been doing. They'll give me a little fruit when they're finna start to bear, and then the next year it'll be even better. This is my Santa Rosa plum. I'm gonna walk backwards. This plum tree is a dwarf. I had it in a wine barrel for 2 years, and it never really got that big. Once I put it in the ground last year, it exploded. I just did actually a summer pruning on this tree because it had gotten so big. So it gave me a lot of flowers this year, but that last minute frost hit us, and I lost a lot of my blooms because I didn't have the proper frost blanket on here. Last year I got a frost blanket. I put a frost blanket over my peach tree this year, so I was able to save those blooms, but not this one. Over here is my golden delicious apple tree. I've had this tree for 2 years. This is my 2nd year with it, and it is blooming, and it has fruited, as you can see, all up there. I have a nice amount of apples on here, all over here. Nice amount of apples. I did do some thinning on it. And over here is my Italian plum tree that I put the strings on it like it was a puppet, because I wanted to train those limbs to come down a little bit, because plum trees are prone to growing straight up. Well, I took all the limbs off, all the strings off, and it worked. I kept them on for about a couple of months. So this tree didn't bear any fruit this year. I had a little fungus problem going on. I took the steps to kind of correct that. So it's doing really, really well. Over here is that raspberry heritage. We've been eating raspberries off this bush. It's just exploding, going crazy. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep it in this pot. If it get a little bit bigger, I'll try to split it up and I'll take it over to the urban garden where it have plenty of room to grow. And see what we got. I always keep fresh water out for my bees. The birds get in it too, but basically it's for the bees. If you're a beekeeper, you know that fresh water for them is important, a water source. Over here is my raspberry. The Anna is doing well. All my fig plants are doing well. I did move some things out of my backyard garden over to my urban garden. These plants are doing well. They haven't headed yet. These are my plants for my bees. Cornflower and different things that they like. I can't remember the names right now. And my daylilies has opened up over by my pond. I've had these daylilies in this spot for about over 12 years, and every year they just come back. I don't do anything specific to them, no maintenance. They don't get no higher than that, and they come out pretty good. I did add some butterfly bush over there that's growing up. These are my new blueberry bushes that I put in this year. They're doing pretty well. This is my mint in the container. My pepper plant that's doing well. This is my peach tree. Last year I got 2 peaches that was full of bugs, so I knew that this year I would get more. This is the tree that I put that blanket on. When I tell you this tree is loaded, and I've been thinning my fruit, and it's been dropping and aborting some of the fruit as well. So this year my peaches don't look all buggy and sappy because I did that dormant oil treatment before it started to wake up. And I also put some Gorilla Tape backwards around the trunk to kind of catch some of the ants that try to come up it. So you can see all these peaches. This tree is doing very, very well, and it should be ready July 1st of August, mid-July 1st of August. All right, we have been eating figs galore. I don't even think we got no more. We got some more coming in, but this is my fig collection. I am downsizing, guys. I can't keep bringing these in and out. I just don't have the room, so I'm going to be at the end of the season cutting these down into cuttings and shipping them out. I'm gonna do a couple of air layers for a couple of people that I promised figs to. Original Turtle is the first on the list, so I'm gonna get those out and get him an air layer on about 3 of these trees and ship them out to him. The reason why I haven't offered any cuttings this year is because our mailing system here in Michigan has been horrible since this pandemic. It's gotten a little better, so I think that it'll go out, but that's what we got with the figs. Over here is my little DD Pharmacy collection that I do every year with sunflowers. This one is starting to open up, and it's doing very well in this pot. I don't remember the names of them, but I know I did a mixed variety. I did a mixed variety. Right here is a Rose of Sharon that I purchased. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. I got some longevity spinach here. And I have some longevity spinach over here. Longevity spinach has many health benefits for you. You might want to Google it and look it up. It's a very good spinach, and in some places, some states, it's considered a perennial. This is my watermelon bed. The sugar babies, they are flowering. Now remember, it used to be over here, but this is my my striped bush beans that have started to produce flowers, as you can see. And I put them over here. I don't know how that plant got over here, but it did. And that's a watermelon. Over on the ground, that's a watermelon. So these are getting ready to take off and do their thing. Again, our weather been real kind of crazy. The other night we went down to 47 degrees. It was cold. Last night I had a jacket on. I was tempted to turn on the heat. This is my Georgia collards. Something is eating on them. So I'm going to have to get some neem oil and spray them. Maybe this evening. But they're doing pretty good. Another butterfly bush and another plant back there for the pollinators. My okra is slow because of the weather, but it's doing its thing. Right here is another longevity spinach. Here's my tomato plants. There's a tomato plant. This will probably be my last year growing tomato plants. I have a bad reaction to tomato plants, and it causes me some problems, so I don't think I'm going to be growing, and if I do, I'll probably grow them for my family. But I don't think it'll be in the backyard garden again. A couple of nightshade plants I'm going to have to stop growing. Over here is my cucumbers. They're flowering. They're trellising up the vine, up the trellis pretty good. This is my my strawberry patch that I have not gotten any mulch in yet, but it's coming soon. Over here is my honeydew melon. You know those expensive melons in the store that they want an arm and a leg? I got lots of flowers. They're vining out beautifully, so I am expecting a nice harvest from the honeydew melons. Even this year, let me look over here. My jujube tree has given me flowers. Lots of flowers for the first time, and I've had this tree for a while. It's giving me flowers, and it is coming along very good, so I'm looking forward to that. Guys, I never tasted jujube before. I tasted one that was a dry jujube, and it was awful. So I'm hoping that the fresh ones taste better. If not, it's got about 10 more pallets to go through before it's a no-go for us. So maybe someone else will like it. Other than that, everything is doing good in the backyard garden. I haven't been pumping out my videos as fast as I used to because I have been working over in the urban garden every day. Sometimes it's sprinkling raining and we're in the middle of something and we get it done. I haven't taken you on the journey of setting up that urban garden because when I'm trying to film and work, it just don't work for me. I can't. I've never been a good multitasker, and it just don't work for me. So I am going to take you on a tour of the urban garden. It's beautiful. It's come a long way. I got my deed in, everything. I'm trying to get the property registered up under the agriculture so that I am able to be eligible to do certain things over there that you can't do just on a urban lot. So once I get that deemed and registered, then I want to go for possibly market gardening. So this is everything that's going on in the backyard garden and going on with the backyard gardening. I hope that everybody out there is doing well. I hope that you're growing and your garden is giving you an abundance and it's looking really good. And if it's not, don't get discouraged. Just keep trying. Keep trying. Growing your own food. It's so satisfying. Having a garden is so rewarding. Everybody that comes in my garden, they say that it's so peaceful. Sorry about the wind, but they say how peaceful it is. And with everything that's going on in the world, this has been my peaceful place. So, again, it's your backyard gardener saying happy gardening, everybody.